Evolution is a theory, and that means we have some evidence to support it. Today we'll look at the evidence scientists use to support the idea that species change over time and that it's likely they all share some common ancestry. The fossil record shows that some species have stayed the same over millions of years, or changed little, and others have changed a lot. There are limits to what the fossil record can tell us because not every organism died under the right conditions to become a fossil. The record is incomplete, but it is clear that there are a lot of organisms that are no longer alive today, and that some of those show intermediate forms of traits that we see in organisms today. We also use comparative anatomy of living organisms to help us determine who is related to who. Homologous structures in organisms are similar and seem to come from the same origins, but might be used for completely different things now. The wings of bats and the forelegs of mice, for instance. Vestigial structures are those that seem to be useless to the organism now, but at another stage in its evolution were somehow useful. These are things like the pelvis of a snake or the wings of kiwi birds. Comparative embryology often gives us insight into how things are related by showing us that many organisms that look completely different in their mature forms have common stages of development. For instance, all organisms with a backbone have a tail at some point in their embryonic development. Finally, we are now in the position of being able to look beyond what is physically observable in organisms. We can look at their DNA itself and determine how related organisms are by how much they share genetically and what specific genetic information they have in common. All of these things help us to see that species have changed and continue to change over time. And also how closely or distantly they are related to each other. Stay awesome!